Hi, this is Kathy Deaton from Fan the Flame Ministries sharing with you nuggets of godly wisdom. This episode is titled, Always Keep the Main Thing the Main Thing. Take care of the depth of your life and God will take care of the breadth of your ministry. We trade our lives for something every day. Let it be the right thing. You can be limited, be destroyed, or grow by things around you and how you react to them and how much they influence you. Every form of life must have proper nutrients and care in order to achieve the maximum growth. To survive and grow properly, a Christian must stay in proper relationship with their root, which is Jesus. What is inside us will be shown eventually by the way we act outside. So keep the main thing the main thing. Everything has a main thing it does. I found these awesome notes as I was doing some reorganizing in my office. I had written them down several years ago when evangelist Peter Lord came to our church to do a revival. He did lunch teachings each day, and I took notes furiously because I knew what he was saying could really make a difference in my life if I applied it. I have reread them several times during the last few years. The meetings were one of those times for me where the word that he gave took hold and I was changed forever in certain areas of my life. I'll never forget that revival. I was hungry for God and he used Peter Lord to feed me some spiritual truths that have remained to this day. But God knew that I needed to be reminded again to keep the main thing the main thing. I had forgotten for a time. The book Purpose Driven Life was written by Rick Warren in 2002, but I didn't read it till 2014. It is amazing how the Holy Spirit works everything out so that you come into contact with things at the exact time you can fully understand and be changed by them. For those who haven't read the book, it is to be read in a period of 40 days, reading 4 to 5 pages per day so that you can think about what you have read. I'm a voracious reader, so when I came upon the book in my library, I couldn't believe I hadn't already read it. Obviously, that's where the Holy Spirit comes in. He knew that, just like the lunch teachings with Peter Lord, I needed to read this book at a certain moment in my life to be reminded of what is really important. I'd been going through some tough things for several months and felt like they would never end. First, I couldn't understand why I was going through these things. And second, I didn't see how I could continue to hold up under the intense stress they were causing and still allow God to use me in ministry. I felt like a huge failure and didn't see why or how God would ever want to continue to use me. As I was reading this book, the Holy Spirit reminded me very strongly that I had forgotten Peter Lord's words and had started to look at this life as if it is the main thing. It is not. The purpose for this life is to get me ready for my life in heaven, where I will live forever and ever. God desires to purify, cleanse, and build my character to His image and His character so that He can use me as He desires while I am here on the earth. If I'm bogged down all the time by my circumstances, I won't ever be able to get past them to let God use me in any way. If you have the book Purpose Driven Life already and are going through some of the same things that I've been through, read day 22 again and see if it will help you like it helped me. I certainly don't want to miss out on the best God has in store for me in heaven because I was so bogged down by all my problems here on earth that I could never let Him use me in the way He desired. Some time ago, I read a joke story about riches in heaven. It goes like this: bring riches with you. There was once a rich man, who was near death. He was very grieved because he had worked so hard for his money, and he wanted to be able to take it with him to heaven. So he began to pray that he might be able to take some of his wealth with him. An angel hears his plea and appears to him. Sorry, but you can't take your wealth with you. The man implores the angel to speak to God to see if he might bend the rules. The man continues to pray that his wealth could follow him. The angel reappears and informs the man that God has decided to allow him to take just one suitcase with him. Overjoyed, the man gathers his largest suitcase and fills it with pure gold bars and places it beside his bed. Soon afterward, the man dies and shows up at the gates of heaven to greet St. Peter. St. Peter, seeing the suitcase, says, "Hold on, you can't bring that in here." But the man explains to St. Peter that he has permission and asks him to verify his story with the Lord. Sure enough, St. Peter checks and comes back saying, "You're right, you are allowed one carry-on bag, but I'm supposed to check its contents before letting it through." St. Peter opens the suitcase to inspect the worldly items that the man found too precious to leave behind and exclaims, "You brought pavement?" This story reminds me that the material things that I hold so dear on earth are nothing compared with the awesomeness of heaven. If the street there is paved with gold, imagine what the rest of it looks like. Even in our wildest dreams, we will never be able to imagine the wonderful things God has in store for us. This story illustrates so well the fact that we get caught up with what we think is the main thing when it really is not the main thing. God allows us to live here to get us ready for heaven. If you are hungry for the things of God, the things of this world will never, never satisfy you. Material things are not bad. God just doesn't want them to mean more to you than He does. He wants to be the most important thing and person in your life. If that is true, everything else will fall into place. All you have to do is keep the main thing the main thing. This is Kathy Deaton from Fan the Flame Ministry sharing with you nuggets of godly wisdom. Please check out my blog at whogodis.com and be sure to sign up for my monthly newsletter. I also have written the book Handbook for Victorious Christian Living, which gives practical ways to learn and hear the Holy Spirit. I would also love to interact with you on social media, and you can sign up for podcasts in the iTunes store. Thanks for listening, and may God richly bless you as you follow Him each day.